Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Everyday Swolmolliers. My name is Chance Cianciola, aka the Cafeína Capitan.
And I'm Brad, aka also known as B6 Bragg, or the South End Sommelier. We're excited to step into our new seasonal blends of reviews this afternoon. We have a couple of lovely selections from the Ghost brand. I believe this is our green sour apple. Is that correct? Yep.
It's sour.
Delightful.
It's sour.
We're also a nice classic, which we've all known and grown to love. We have the Alani new Witch's Brew. We're excited to get into these and pop some tabs.
So one of the most important things about drinking an energy drink is the can. So the can will tell you a ton of things about the makeup, where it's brewed, how it's made, the soil content. So as you can tell with the Alani here, we have a little bit of a decorative style, so you can tell it's a little more new aged. The color and the font, it tells a little bit about the story of the flavor, but I'll let B6 here, go a little further into location and style of this drink here.
What you're initially going to notice out of this Alani brand, it normally comes in a pair of Ugg boots, so I think they've changed up their style here. I think they've gone for a colder style.
Right.
I've been drinking them warm outside of the back of my old Jeep.
It's hard to store that way.
So taking a deeper look here, we can see that the Alani can was harvested right here and canned in. Oh wow! You don't see this too often. It's actually right here in Louisville, Kentucky. So the soil here is going to be a little bit rich. It's a temperate climate. Sometimes, being from Kentucky, the soil is going to have a slight taste of horse urine. Most things from Louisville, they don't grow up too good here, do they? What else do we have up on the line today?
Sour Apple Ghost. Again, as you can see from the can, it's going to match the flavor with the green. It's a little more highlighter than any apple I've eaten.
One of my favorite flavors is green. So
green? I like green too. You know what they say about green M&Ms? It looks here like this version of the caffeine berry is grown in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's surprising, being that it's a desert climate. There's not really plants there.
I don't think they actually have ghosts there either.
I've been there a few times and had an encounter or two with a ghost.
No, those are homeless people.
The one thing about that, when you're looking at your caffeine berries is, soil again. We talked about that before. The soil is important. And being a desert climate, there's not that great of soil. So I can't imagine that the tannins in this will be very powerful.
I think the dry, arid climate's going to bring out a lot of nuances within the flavor. You're going to get a nice profile of sand. A lot of people like to get that feeling when they're drinking something, just as something, to kind of give you a cold sore and bring out that real deep flavor. So it's not known a lot, but actually when you have slight micro tears within your tongue, the caffeine actually gets in quicker. I usually prefer to do a direct drip.
The flavor is important. Drinking an energy drink is an experience. So when you're dripping, you don't get an experience, you just get a buzz. A drink, especially of a good flavor, you're getting an experience. There's the aroma, the mouthfeel, sand cutting my throat as it goes down my esophagus. That's what we do this for.
Experience life. It brings the essence of who we truly are inside of just a simple can. So let's step into these and see what we have.
So we're going to dive into this first one, the Witch's Brew, again from Alani New.
You always want to make sure that you're getting the best feel for the tab. Some people jump into it too quickly, but it's that moment that you really got to take in and find the essence and the effervescence of each moment. So we're going to go off in here and perfect. So you can see some of the slight sparkle and the light of life coming out of this can. Finish this up. Okay, there we go. It's really important when you're checking into your energy drinks is to go.
Oh, you got the ring!
The ring, that's a positive sign when you're walking into the gym that your gym crush will probably talk to you today. Always want to examine the tab when you're looking into your drinks. You're going to get a lot of information from it. A lot of times the figure 8 is going to represent how much of the caffeine content is within that. Are you going to get 8 ounces? Are you going to get 285 ounces? But regardless, we know it's going to have an 8, but you can also kind of look at the intricacies of where it was broken to get a feel for it. And also, just like the figure 8, it's really important to look at it sideways because boobies.
We're going to go ahead and give ourselves a little pour here. So remember, when you drink with class, you're going to hold by the stem. You know, if I've seen people hold their glass here.
It's disrespectful to the drink.
And it's delinquent a little bit. And give a little pour. Okay, ooh, look at those bubbles. Oh, that color, wow.
Oh, that's sugar.
Wow.
Do you notice the mousse? What's called some people call it the fizz or carbonation, but it's actually called the mousse or mousse nacal. Aspects of what the drink is going to taste like from that.
That first pour is just very important because it's going to explain a lot about what you're going to get. If you don't have that mousse nacal, then you don't know what is underneath. These bubbles, the color from inside this can, each can could be different. You just never know. With the color, you can tell it's very golden. The darker the gold, the more it's going to dehydrate you. That's good because that means the caffeine's really setting in.
Not sure if this is still within the additives, but it used to be mostly all sport.
So make sure that you're really paying attention to, you know, the back label of the can, the style of design, all of that. It's very important. We can dive into this. So as he smells, you can tell I'm twirling. We're twirling. So what that's going to do, it's going to liven up the drink. Hold on. Yes. I do smell some of that caramel. Then on the can there's caramel, a little bit of apple. I'm smelling some Uggs and some rain boots, which is kind of odd.
I'm definitely getting a lot of pumpkin spice latte.
Which is strange. It's not a pumpkin flavor.
But it's strong there.
This is weird. I usually don't smell this from a flavor of this type, but a little bit of regret.
Sandalwood and I think SARS. It's come back strong.
Right.
Perfectly fine as long as you're digesting SARS. Your stomach acidity will take care of that virus. Again, I have no knowledge of any medical advice.
And give it a little review here.
It's got a nice refreshing after finish.
Oh, my mouth is salivating. That means it's acidic. That's good.
I'm getting a bit of the dryness, that hoarse feeling from the soil.
For sure. A little hoof.
I'm getting a lot of Bette Midler coming through.
Yeah, from Hocus Pocus.
I'm not exactly sure how they captured that in a can. Sarah Jessica Parker after finish.
This is good.
A white girl aroma.
I definitely taste white girl in this.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, I'm gonna get one more fresh. Yeah, sometimes you gotta make sure the palate before.
You don't always want to swallow the drink because you won't get the taste.
It's nice to kind of siphon through some of the flavor.
So overall, I would, it's not my favorite. The hint of apple and caramel is nice. The rain boots, it's that sense of rain boots that's just
sense of cinnamon, and it tastes like I have to move back into my mother's basement because I bought way too many things from Target.
You're right. Like, I'm not gonna not drink it if it's offered to me.
I do enjoy it, but I think the vibe of oh my god is overwhelming on this one. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to give it a. Next up today we have a drink from Ghosted, sponsored by every girl I've ever texted.
It's called Jost. It's French.
Ghost.
I spent a year in France studying the soil.
You grasp, you want to make sure that you're getting the crack that you need. Perfect. Look at what we got going on here, and looks like
you got it again.
As you can see, it's made from aluminum. That's kind of rare for any tab, and also, like always,
I can already get an aroma. It's very pungent. We'll go ahead and give a little pour here.
I'm actually a clear guy.
I can see my finger.
Making sure we don't see any sediments within our drinks.
Sometimes they'll settle. That doesn't mean you won't drink it. The sediments can happen. It's just something to be aware of.
I'm used to settling. I've been there.
I've seen it.
This is a strong carbonation, so we should get a lot of flavor profiles coming through here.
If you look, there's just, wow. Let's give it a little smell.
There's an interesting fact you want to know about clear drinks. You actually want to get a top smell because a lot of the acidity from the drink can be overwhelmed. You don't want it to hit you in the face with that strong carnitine factor.
You really want to get your nose up in there, you know? Oh, that's what the shape of this glass is for, is so that it captures the fizz in the drink.
This glass was actually invented by Bob Ross and
Steve Buscemi in 1873.
Because that is a solid fact to share with your friends. That state fair feeling, bobbing for apples. It's that delightful moment of bobbing for apples when your older sibling would hold your head in the water for too long, just to that point where you start to realize that there's more to life than just this existence.
I didn't have an older sibling, but my mom did the same thing.
That was in the bathtub, though, wasn't it?
It was, and there weren't apples. I'm not really sure. I don't know, but other kids talked about it, so I just assumed it was the same thing.
I'm getting the ghosted vibe.
Right, like you're almost dead. There's not a whole lot of variety to this smell. The single uniformity of a flavor sometimes makes that flavor really good. I'm a little nervous.
That's what you'll feel like on your first time.
I'm excited then.
Getting an initial attack.
Oh, that sand.
There's almost a war going on in my mouth right now.
Let me give one more taste. Oh.
There it is. I'm getting a lot of classic war vibes. I feel like my mouth is running for its life right now.
It's making me feel like I want to disappear from the world. Maybe that's why they call it ghost. It reminds me of my childhood and just not being seen, you know?
It's definitely that.
No, but I want to talk about this more. I didn't feel seen as a kid, and I think it's affected my life. Sorry about that. I got sidetracked a little bit. Back to the drink.
I think a lot of the notes from this are coming from some of the inspiration for some of the famous ghosts that we might know that have inspired this drink. That have, I think, the ghost of Snuffleupagus and Don Julio are coming through.
Ghostface Killa.
Some RZA, some Shizza.
And it looks like there's some jizza in here. Hey, we are done. We're done. Experience. It was great. The experience, again, is what it's all about. The Alani new Witch's Brew would be a great pairing if you're on your Sunday stroll through Target, just picking out things for the fall. You know, perfect combo for that day.
Excellent choice if you just need to get an extra towel or two, or maybe 16 other things that
right. Your car. You just never know.
The Ghost is kind of where I'm leaning towards today. 14 out of 5 Caspers. It'd be a great selection to hand out on Halloween. So if it's kind of just make sure that you get at least 67 cases of it so you can hand them out to all the kids running around the neighborhood. Because really it's our job to make sure that the parents have the worst experience possible on a nice Halloween night. 1,600 little kids terrorizing your neighborhood.
So thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you learned a lot. I hope this was educational as well as fun and entertaining, because, you know, that's what this is all about, again, is we're here to educate, but we're also here to make drinking fun.